Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. Start off with a little bit of sleet, maybe even a little bit of freezing rain mixed around. It is icy out there in little spots here and there. Your sidewalks and stuff got covered first. That is a sign of how cold temperatures are, because if they can get covered, then you know it's cold out there. Be careful. A lot of roads are treated, so it should be pretty good, but a little bit of slickness from ice doesn't take much to cause problems. Gonna warm up though as we head through the day and even get some sun this afternoon. It should melt everything away, whatever little bit we got. Nothing too dramatic at all. And actually through tonight and tomorrow looks okay. It's just gonna be kind of cloudy here and there. So just expect it to be chilly, but very seasonable as far as temperatures go. Here we are. You can see us here this morning. Even here on this higher or lower resolution model, you're not seeing much of the precipitation that came through this morning, but we did have a little bit, and you can see that not much is going on through the day and even into tomorrow. Now, one thing that you're seeing here as we go through Thursday is this cold air damming. This is the cold air damming east of the mountains. I mention this every single time, but it's just very prominent and very much why we're not going to experience the real warm-up that it looked like we would have at one point. So that sticks around. And then as we head through the weekend, as we go into Saturday, you can see that showers come in the area. This is becoming more and more likely. Now, at least we'll see some showers. This is due to the easterly and even south winds coming in and some moisture from the west. So look for some showers. It's going to also warm us up because it's going to push the cold air damming out. So as we go into the future here, you can see moisture around, and then going into Monday, Sunday into Monday, moisture around, and it's going to push on through, and then we're going to warm up again. This looks like it will warm up next week, highs into the 50s, especially later in the weekend and then to early next week. This low goes out to the west of us, just bringing up southerly winds. So again, this is pretty warm as we head into New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Maybe some showers coming in for our New Year's Day, but hopefully New Year's Eve, we're all clear. Then that's going to bring a little bit of colder temperatures here, very windy. You can see this is colder air filtering in for us into the region. And this is the start of probably a colder trend. Exactly when this cold air arrives has been all over the place, but it looks like it's going to get chillier, but not super cold at first. And here we go with our first system that may be causing some snow. Don't worry about details, because details have been all over the place. This has been a big storm or a small storm, depending on what you see. At one point, these storms are going up west of us. This is the morning forecast model. This is what it's decided to do today. This far out, you're just kind of guessing exactly what's going to happen. If this were to come true, it looks like some light snow or snow would move into the area around the 3rd or 4th. But look at that, it dries up, and that's because we got a lot of shearing or dry air kind of pulling and stretching that piece apart. It'd have to be a stronger low pressure system for it to come up the East Coast or come into the area and give us some rain. Snow, wintry weather here. So on this one, it just suppresses it and shears it to death. And then we stay chilly and cold as we go in, and then look, we warm up a little bit, maybe a storm. But look, this is so far off, I wouldn't even trust any of this. It's just, out there because I want to show you the general pattern. Again, it still looks like cold's going to then bombard the country. So maybe get cold, warm a bit. Maybe because we get a little bit cold, we get a little bit of snow, whatever, that we warm up a little bit, then it's going to be some kind of a transition here to a colder pattern as we head later into the month of January. All right, now I want to show the European, because it's been pretty different, but I think that we're starting to see a little bit of likeness between the two. And what's happening in general is we're getting into a pattern that is going to be a little more drying or shearing of precipitation. So I'm going to go off pretty far into the future. Here we're all the way to Friday, Saturday. Again, this is where the rain this weekend could come around. It's a similar pattern in that respect, but you see that things are already looking a little bit different. Here comes a front through as we go into Sunday, Monday. This is a lot wetter of a model here as we go into Monday. We need the rain for sure, don't get me wrong. So that's the rain coming through. Now, this is the 6Z model here. It says early this morning. It doesn't go far out, but this is, look how wet it shows for Monday. So this is what I meant by the model's being a little bit different. But let's go back to the 0Z, which we give it a little more time. So I'm going to go really quick here. Watch the date here on time. So now we're going through Christmas Day. We're going to go into the weekend here fairly quickly. Here's that first piece of energy. You see some rain around Saturday, Sunday. It looks pretty wet too for Monday. Maybe not as wet as the most recent run for sure. But it goes and pushes through. And then we're now on Tuesday, New Year's Eve. And it has a low off to the west and it goes up. That's kind of similar. And here comes the cold air moving in. for the first. And then look, there's no moisture or anything really too big on this system. There is something trying to form here, so I don't want to say there's nothing. We may see some snow or something around the 3rd, 4th, something like that. And then we have a follow-up precipitation maker. But again, these are getting sheared to pieces, meaning that just the way that the winds and things are setting up, these low pressure systems are not amplifying. They're moving so quick, they're not getting much moisture with them, and they move on out. And same thing with that last piece of energy. You do see we're colder, not super cold, but definitely colder as we move into the 2nd week of January. So in general, it looks like it's going to move towards colder, and then we just got to watch and see if there are any low pressure systems that can form along this. I think it is favorable that there could be, so I have to see how things pan out. I did just want to show the difference. Now, yesterday there were all types of amazing looking snowstorms and stuff on both models. The European first initially showed us some more than one chance of maybe some wintry weather, and now it's backed off. And the GFS showed us some wintry weather last evening in its runs, but that's also backed off. I don't know which is true, if these are going to come true one way or the other. I just think that this is a time period where we could see some wintry weather, and we'll just have to watch. All right, that was a long-winded thing. I hope you have an awesome Christmas Eve and a great Christmas Day. I may be able to do an early morning outlook tomorrow. I'm not sure. Not sure how many people are going to watch this or even get involved with it. I hope you have an awesome Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. This is being your Loudoun County Weather Outlook.